Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Andrews, and I am back. And today I am bringing you my reaction to Mewtwo versus Shadow Death Battle. I really don't know what to think about this one from Screw Attack. I honestly don't know what to think about this one. It's a weird combo, but hey, it's Screw Attack. They always make the best of everything. So let's see what they got going on. But first, I want to make an announcement. I'll show you guys my desktop. I'll show you what I got going on. Get rid of all this. Alright, so. Oops, did I change it? I did. Okay. So, as you can see right here, I got all these games on here. There's a bunch of them that I literally just bought. I got Dragon Age Origins, the Ultimate Edition, which comes with Awakening. I got Fable Anniversary. I got Alien Isolation, 7 Days to Die, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, and I got something else as well. And I got Outlast as well. Those are the new games to my edition, to everything that I just got and everything like that. So, I know it's been a while since I brought out any games and whatnot. It's been actually, honestly, really difficult with my job, with how much that I'm working and having some free time and whatnot. It's actually kind of difficult for me at the moment, but I've talked to myself and shit like that, and I realized that if I'm gonna do this, I have to be more dedicated, and I have to give myself and give it 100%, whether it's hard or not. So I am going to start uploading videos of my games, and the first game that I'm going to start will be Alien Isolation. I've been talking to people on Facebook. A lot of people have been giving me hints and everything like that. So Alien Isolation will start being uploaded on my channel and everything like that. So look forward to that. And then other games after that and whatnot. But now, back to Screw Attack's Death Battle, Mewtwo versus Shadow. Like all the other ones, I won't decide right until the battle starts. So here we go.
With Death Battle, our combatants are always extraordinary in one way or another, whether they're a superhero or a plumber.
But these two are literally built to show up the rest of their kind. Mewtwo, the genetically engineered Pokemon.
And Shadow the Hedgehog, the ultimate life form.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Dr. Fuji was working to create a brand new life form which would change the world.
That's great and all, but he had something else in mind.
Fuji hoped his experiments would help him discover a way to resurrect the person he cherished most, his deceased daughter, Amber.
With unlimited resources funded by mob money, he figured out how to clone his daughter's ball of consciousness. Because science!
But before he could finish, he had to create the most powerful Pokemon, a clone of the legendary Mew.
And he named him Mewtwo.
Yeah, Fuji wasn't very creative when it comes to naming, but when you can create a new life form with nothing but a fossilized eyelash, you know you're a master of genetic engineering. A field I'd love to get more experience in myself.
Told you 1,000 times, Wiz, you're not gonna alter my DNA.
What are you talking about? I would never do that.
Always watching, Wiz. Always.
Growing up in a test tube, Mewtwo's only companions were Fuji's other test subjects, including Amber herself, through some sort of psychic link.
Amber taught Mewtwo about the sun, the moon, tears, and, life stuff. Oh, and also death when she died for good right in front of him.
Worrying this may be too mentally traumatic for the still infant Mewtwo, Dr. Fuji's team erased all memory of her. Unfortunately, this left Mewtwo with a feeling of loss and confusion, and no memories to explain why.
With nothing else to do, Mewtwo decided to take out all his aggression on all of humanity. Then he turned some stupid kid into stone, a bunch of Pokemon cried, and Mewtwo figured out humans aren't so bad after all.
Mewtwo is one of the most powerful Psychic-type Pokemon, defeating its foes with the power of its mind.
Alright, wait a minute. You keep calling him it. Is Mewtwo a guy or a girl?
Well, neither. Technically, it's genderless.
Oh, how does it bang?
It doesn't.
Bummer. Well, one thing's for sure, it's got balls of ghost energy that blow holes in stadiums, had an onslaught of undodgeable stars, multiple types of defensive shields, and a healing ability for when those shields don't quite cut it.
Alongside its other abilities, Mewtwo's favorite move is Psychic, a powerful form of telekinesis. With it, Mewtwo can effortlessly send enemies as heavy as a 500-pound Onix flying through the air.
He can even make himself fly like a Zubat out of hell.
Also, it can augment its melee combat with psychic energy or occasionally a massive spoon.
Would you say he sometimes spoons his enemies?
No, nothing about Mewtwo is cuddly, especially when it uses Hyper Beam or Psy-Strike, attacks so strong they can incapacitate the toughest of Pokemon in a single hit.
And when trouble comes a-knockin', Mewtwo answers the door with a badass Mega Evolution.
Mewtwo is one of the few Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving without the assistance of a trainer. As Mega Mewtwo Y, it gains enormous boosts in strength, defense, and speed,
Making Mewtwo powerful enough to fly into space while carrying a robot bug monster.
fast enough to breach escape velocity over 25,000 miles per hour, over 32 times the speed of sound.
So, really fast.
Mewtwo is so skilled in its psychic prowess, it can wipe specific memories from dozens of people at once.
On top of all that, it can survive a massive amount of abuse, like the time it got double impaled by an alien Pokemon's tentacles. Didn't they censor that?
It effortlessly defeated most of the Pokemon Champions team, including a legendary Articuno. It also teleported an entire crater lake from the top of Mount Cana. This lake is comparable to a similar body of water in the real world, Lake Kilauea, which holds over 385 million tons of water.
Wow, that's almost enough power to lift my ex-wife on buffet day.
Being a psychic Pokemon, Mewtwo is naturally weak to bug, ghost, and dark-type damage. Strange Dr. Fuji didn't pull that code out of his DNA, but whatever.
Hey, you gotta have some sort of failsafe when you're making the world's most powerful Pokemon.
Ah yes, the ultimate failsafe against the most powerful psychic Pokemon. Bugs!
Oh, God, it's a Caterpie! Get it away, it's spooky!
I was not born a Pokemon, I was created. And my creators have used and betrayed me. So, I stand alone.
Years ago, a brilliant scientist named Professor Gerald Robotnik, the grandfather of Sonic's forever balding nemesis, worked to create a new life form which would change the world.
It was called Project Shadow, a covert government operation to discover the secret to immortality. Besides, like diet and exercise, cause fuck that.
In Professor Gerald's case, specifically for his granddaughter Maria, who was dying as a result of neuroimmune deficiency syndrome.
Now that I think about it, Project Shadow is a pretty scary name for a program that's all about curing diseases and saving humanity.
Maybe it has something to do with the program's secret pact with a hive mind alien race called the Black Arms. Perhaps.
Okay. So what do you get when you take immortality, the cure of all diseases, aliens, and put them all together to make the ultimate life form? You get
Poke from Queen Drug.
a hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog was the first step toward a perfect future. And during his time in Gerald's space laboratory, Shadow and Maria grew very close.
Until they were separated by a bullet. Turns out the governments of the world weren't too fond of all the evil alien business, so they stormed the place, captured Shadow, and killed Maria right in front of him. 50 years later, Shadow escaped and decided to take his revenge by just killing everyone. Until he remembered Maria's last words were pretty much, "Don't be a dick," so he changed his mind.
Now on the side of good, Shadow dedicated himself to protecting the world from the forces of evil.
Turns out fighting the bad guys isn't too hard when you've got super strength, super speed, helped along by some awesome rocket shoes, and a bucket of deadly chaos powers.
By channeling the potentially unlimited power of the Chaos Emeralds, Shadow can enhance physical attacks, heal over time, and strike with powerful energy blasts. And with the power of Chaos Control, he can warp through space and distort time, slowing it down to a crawl, or with enough power, freezing it completely.
He's got so much power, he can only contain it all with 2 inhibitor rings around his wrists. Unless he gets all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which he can use to transform into a Super Saiyan Shadow. Super Shadow, yeah. As Super Shadow, he is completely invulnerable, can move at the speed of light, and has unlimited access to the power of the Chaos Emeralds.
Enough power to stop the Space Colony Ark's collision with Earth, and to teleport a giant comet the size of a city. Assuming this rock is half hollow and using the density of concrete as minimum base, this black comet must weigh at least 915 million tons.
Even without his super form, Shadow is powerful enough to wipe out an entire alien fleet in one blast, fast enough to reach hypersonic speeds, and strong enough to play tug-of-war with a giant space monster who is so big he uses a planet a tenth the size of our moon as a chair. Naturally, when you've got this much power, you're probably a cocky dick.
Yes, Shadow is excessively overconfident in his abilities. Also, he has a terrible memory.
This guy has spent most of his life wondering who the hell he is. And even when he does remember, he usually winds up losing his memories later anyway. To be fair, if I fell from outer space and all I lost were my memories, I'd consider it a really good day. I mean, I lose them from just falling over at the bar.
That's probably not because of the fall. Also, we can't forget that the Super Shadow form only lasts so long.
Then again, when you move at light speed and have control over space and time, who cares about time limits?
Not usually a problem for the ultimate life form.
Many years ago, Professor Gerald Robotnik endowed me with the power of chaos control. A normal creature like yourself doesn't stand a chance against me.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Okay. With how they were explaining Shadow, it seemed so like, wow, he's so much more powerful and shit like that and whatnot. Just like what they've said, he's killed an entire alien fleet with a blast and everything like that. Mewtwo hasn't. I mean, I've never read any mangas or anything like that, but man, I don't know. Take into account that I'm gonna go Shadow. Fuck it. I'm gonna go Shadow. Watch, I'm gonna fucking lose.
Get away!
You are not welcome here. Leave this place.
What's your problem, freak?
I know not its name, but it is black, red, and very annoying. Fine!
This'll stop you!
Another gem? What's he doing?
Chaos!
I must know. No!
Control!
Good try, monster, but you're done!
Too much.
Chaos!
Not this time.
Control!
Want to destroy it?
Maria. Wait, where am I? Oh my god, I'm glowing! Why am I glowing?
Sayonara.
You know, Wiz, when we started Death Battle, I don't think we ever expected to see someone die by spoon.
Yeah, Shadow may have had the advantage in pure speed and power, but this time, Rain defeated Brawn.
Mewtwo got the rundown on all Shadow's abilities simply by reading his mind, giving it the knowledge it needed to counter or avoid crazy powers like Chaos Control.
Ultimately, there was nothing really stopping Mewtwo from just taking over Shadow's mind, and its impressive durability and healing power bought it enough time to do so.
Pretty hard to win a fight when your opponent can make you forget what you're doing and who you are in an instant.
Shadow has been mind controlled before, and has always relied on outside help to recover. Even while Super Shadow was physically invulnerable, this form didn't protect his mind. Like that time he fell from space, and then the worst game ever happened.
Yeah, Shadow was gonna lose, sooner or later.
The winner is Mewtwo.
I like how they never.
Next time on Death Battle.
Hey. Yeah? You ever wonder who'd win in a fight between Carolina and the Meta? No, only hopeless nerds on the internet care about that kind of crap. Yeah. Why do you think I'm asking you? Just picture it. It'd be totally badass.
Hey guys, I'm Chad. I play Boomstick. I'm Ben. I play Wiz, and
Okay, yeah, I guess I didn't take into account that Mewtwo isn't really like all the other Pokemon out there. Mewtwo can think for himself, and everything like that. So I never really took that into account. So that was really my bad. But at least I never heard them say that Shadow was actually controlled before. You know, I never really played any of the games that he was in or anything like that, or paid attention to it and whatnot. They should have said shit like that. Like, they should have said stuff like that before. Unless I just didn't pay attention, but they said that he was controlled before, so I never. Yeah. Mewtwo is just psychologically stronger, and I should have taken that into more account rather than Shadow being more powerful. So that was my fault on the loss. I did choose Shadow, but Mewtwo won. That kind of seemed like a 60-second death battle, didn't it? But hey, it was cool. Good job, Screw Attack. Comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, and please subscribe. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Don't forget Alien Isolation will be coming in pretty soon. As soon as I get my next day off, I will record and upload it. So thank you all very, very much for watching. Have a good one.